Well, you know, I've looked at moving because I'd like to keep more of my money too. And
where should Maher move? You know how many people moved out of your state, California?
Oh, I know. No,
under Newsom?
Yeah, no. People do move.
A million.
No doubt about that. People move in America, and you're right.
No, but they're not moving because they want a better view. They like to keep more of their money that they earn.
True. Yeah, you know, that's true.
Look, Florida is a really good case study. So when DeSantis became governor, there were 250,000 more registered Democrats in Florida when he became governor 8 years ago. Now there's 1.4 million more registered Republicans in Florida. That's all migration from COVID and re-registration from COVID, 100%. Right. So it absolutely.
Bill Maher is tearing into the left for destroying once solid blue cities. He argues Democrats abandoned everyday voters to appease radical fringes, leaving people feeling unsafe, broke, and ignored. That move, Maher warns, isn't progress. It's political suicide for the DNC.
Said that the current mayor of Chicago has an approval rating of 6.6%.
Round it up, 7.
But I mean, you were just the ambassador to Japan. If that was your approval rating in Japan, they would do Hira on live TV.
They would do it at 27.
I mean, what's going on in Chicago as the person?
Look, I mean, we were talking about this a little earlier. I mean, you have also the mayor of New York not doing well. Obviously, other things also here in Los Angeles not doing well, the mayor here. Look, and then you got mayors like the mayor of San Francisco and other cities that are doing well. So I would say, look, there is a general rule. I had this when I was mayor. Safe streets, strong schools, stable finances. Focus on those 3 things and your city's going to be fine.
Rahm Emanuel says Chicago's mayor is stuck at a brutal 6.6% approval rating for one simple reason: failure on the basics. Crime is rising, finances are a mess, and schools keep falling short. Emanuel argues voters don't care about rhetoric or ideology. They care about safety, stability, and results. Parents, workers, and taxpayers feel ignored, and their patience is gone.
We've gone through 5 years where people became way too permissive of the culture. They were all, which is why everything's locked up at Walgreens and CVS, and that is a disaster. Yeah. And I'll say this about our schools. I don't want to hear another word about the locker room. I don't want to hear another word about the bathroom. You better start focusing on the classroom.
I agree.
We had the worst reading scores for 8th graders in 30 years.
Rahm is right, and this is where the frustration peaks. Public schools are failing, yet leaders focused on culture wars instead of collapsing standards. While parents asked why kids couldn't read or compete, the debate shifted to fringe issues. The result is simple. Education suffered, parents felt ignored, students fell behind, and trust in leadership collapsed.
And nobody, not a governor, not a mayor, not a president, not a secretary of education is talking about it. We're all wrapped up. Look, in 7th grade, if I known that I could have said the word they and got in the girls' bathroom, I would have done it. Okay, we literally are a superpower. We're facing off against China with 1.4 billion people, and 2/3 of our children can't read 8th grade level. So no more about the lot. Wait a second, I'm on a roll for a second.
Yeah.
Fareed Zakaria isn't wrong, and more people are finally saying it out loud. Many deep blue cities are failing on the basics: high taxes, endless red tape, rising crime, and declining services. When families can't afford to live, don't feel safe, and see no improvement, they leave. This exodus isn't ideological. It's about quality of life. People want cities that work, not cities that lecture while delivering less.
Lots of taxes, lots of regulation, but nothing gets done.
Hey,
and I think
I live in LA.
Right. And I think, if the Democrats have to own this and realize the answer to everything is not more taxes, more regulation. People are fed up of that, and they feel that it isn't working.
The Democrats, look, as somebody who produced the best graduation growth in the country, and we changed our high school.
You were a good mayor. I agree.
No, that's not the point. The point was we changed, but I'll take that. The point isn't the rules. The point is the results. And the party has gotten way too focused on what the rules are. And I do agree with you on this. We have made it impossible to function as a city.
For too long, Democrats have focused on rules instead of results. Everything is regulated, from public debate to fixing a roof. Bureaucracy isn't just bloated, it's suffocating. Simple tasks drag on for months under endless permits and reviews. Small businesses, homeowners, and workers all feel the slowdown. Nothing moves, and no one is accountable. Instead of asking what works, leaders keep adding layers. The result isn't order, it's paralysis. People aren't demanding chaos. They're demanding competence.
Take an example of this example. Here, obviously in LA, it took a fire and a natural disaster to make you realize, you know what, that rule's not that important. In Pennsylvania, a bridge collapse, all of a sudden we go, well, that environmental rule is just not important. We got to build a bridge. It's much more important. And I think the Democratic Party should take a look at it and say, we're going to be honest, like we did in 1994 with reinventing government. Everything is on the table. Nothing is safe. And we're just going to look at it and say, that's essential. Those two things get out of here. And that doesn't happen.
Ram is right. Overregulation is killing trust in blue cities. Taxes are high, results are low, and projects stall under endless paperwork. It's not a lack of money, it's bureaucracy. Voters don't want slogans. They want action. Cut the red tape, deliver results, and restore credibility.
Do you think that Mamdani's election will lead more financial organizations to leave New York City for Wall Street South in Florida? Tell me, I've read that term just recently, Wall Street South, Florida. This is your state. What is that?
A lot of Wall Street guys have moved to Palm Beach. It's been happening really since COVID. It's accelerated with increases in taxes. It's not just out of New York. It's New Jersey, Connecticut, it's Chicago, it's California.
So they're fleeing high tax blue states.
Correct.
None of this is surprising. For years, businesses and residents have been leaving states like California and New York, not by accident, but by choice. High taxes, heavy regulation, rising crime, and soaring living costs have made staying harder than leaving. Many love these places, but ideology replaced practicality and quality of life suffered. This exodus isn't a political talking point. It's a warning sign. Ignore it, and the decline only speeds up.
This guy in a world that Mamdani got elected because his district is going to explode. My house, I live 8 miles outside of Queens, has gone up 20% in value since Mamdani announced. Okay?
Because
people aren't going to pay the punishing taxes. New York is the highest tax state in the union.
But you said your house value's gone up.
Yeah, because they're moving to Nassau County.
Oh, they're moving out of the city.
Out of the city, and they can still take the train back in the city and not pay the millionaire's tax or whatever crazy thing this guy wants. But what people don't understand is he can't raise the taxes unless the state
New York's political direction is already rattling the city. With Zoran Mamdani rising in the mayoral race, many residents and business owners are preparing to leave. The concern is financial, not ideological. His push for a new millionaire's tax has alarmed high earners who already carry much of the tax burden. Critics see it as punitive, not productive, and worry it targets a shrinking base instead of fixing crime, housing, or basic services. The fear is straightforward. Higher taxes will push out capital, jobs, and talent, leaving the city weaker. For many, leaving now feels like self-preservation.
They don't understand that. They don't know what seizing the means of production is, but Ken Griffin does. He's the big Wall Street titan. He knows what it is, and that's why he's down in Palm Beach.
We'll see if they move. I mean, you saw Bill.
They're going to move.
Well, look,
they're already moving.
Hold on, Bill Ackman threatened.
No, they're not.
Hold on.
People say they're going to move all the time after elections. They don't do it.
Bill Ackman said he was going to move.
You know how many people moved out of New York City in the last 3 years? 600,000. They're moving.
Yeah, they're moving.
Maher seems to ignore a glaring reality. People are leaving blue cities in droves due to poor governance. This isn't speculation. It's happening now. High-profile figures like Joe Rogan, alongside countless residents, are citing crushing taxes, bloated bureaucracy, rising crime, and declining quality of life. Companies are relocating, taking jobs and investment with them, creating a vicious cycle that further erodes prosperity. Yet some commentators, Ma included, treat this exodus as isolated anecdotes instead of the clear pattern it is. When governance fails, People vote with their feet, and blue cities feel it.
You know how many people moved out of your state, California?
Oh, I know. No,
Under Newsom?
Yeah, no. People do move.
A
There's no
million.
doubt about that. People move in America, and you're right.
No, but they're not moving because they want a better view. They like to keep more of their money
yes,
that
that's
they
true.
earn.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, Florida is a really good case study. So when DeSantis became governor, there were 250,000 more registered Democrats in Florida when he became governor 8 years ago. Now there's 1.4 million more registered Republicans in Florida. That's all migration from COVID and re-registration from COVID, 100%.
Right.
So it absolutely is happening.
Blue cities are struggling under Democratic leadership. High taxes, rising crime, failing schools, and bloated bureaucracy are pushing residents, businesses, and even celebrities to leave. Critics warn, when ideology beats practical solutions, cities suffer. Democrats must cut red tape, lower taxes, and deliver results, or the exodus continues. Hit like and subscribe for more videos.